This is lesson 1.9, which talks about perimeter, circumference, and area. And we are going to focus on these three main figures. When we talk about a square, we should already know that all the sides of a square are congruent. They have the same exact length. And if we wanted to find the perimeter of a square, all we would have to do is add up all the sides. Remember that perimeter is the total distance around a figure. So in order to find the perimeter, oops, I put a colon there, I don't want that. We are going to do 4 times s. And the reason why is because if you look up here at the figure, all of these sides are named s. S for side. And since there are 4 of them, that's the same thing as me saying 4 times s. S plus s plus s plus s. 4 times is 4s. And if I wanted to determine the area of this figure, I would multiply s times s, so length times width, and because they're the same, we don't have to determine which is the length and which is the width, which is the same thing as s squared. So if you have a square, all you have to do is square one of the sides, and you're good to go. So if we take an example, let's say we have this square here, and one of its sides is equal to 3. Okay? That means the perimeter is going to be 4 of those 3's added together, which gives me 12. And the area is going to be 3 squared, which is 9. All right. Let's take a look at a rectangle. In a rectangle, we use L and width and W, length and width, because the sides are not the same length. Now, in the blue picture, this W that's already here is the same length as this W here. And then the lengths are going to be the same as well. And in order to find the perimeter of a rectangle, oh, I did it again, vertical instead of an equal sign. We are going to, once again, add up all the sides. So that means I have 2 W's that are in my figure, and I have 2 lengths. So this is a shorter way of adding up all the sides. And in order to find the area, I'm sure you are very familiar with length times width. So here's an example. My length here is going to be 8, and my width is going to be 2. So if I wanted to know the perimeter, I would do 2 times the width, which is 2, because there's 2 of those sides, and I'm going to add that to 2 of the lengths, which is 8. So that would give me 4 plus 16, which is 20. And then the area is going to be 2 times 8, which is 16. And for a circle, we do not call the distance around this figure perimeter, we call it circumference. So that's what that capital C up here is talking to you about. And circumference has 2 formulas. Either you can use pi times the diameter or 2 pi r. And if you look here, twice the radius is what gives me the diameter. So that's why both of those equations work just fine. And I'm going to go ahead and erase some of the blue. Oops, that's not it. From the previous, so I have some room to work. And let's take a figure, a circle, for example. And let's say it has a diameter of 10, and I want to know the circumference. That's a really weird looking 10, but that's 10. So circumference is equal to, now I'm going to use the formula that works the best for the information that's given to me. So since I have a diameter, I want to use d in my formula, so that would be pi times d, the first one up here, which would be pi times 10, which we want to write as 10 pi. If you have pi in your answer, always write its coefficient first. Now, in order to find the area of a circle, we follow the formula of pi r squared. Now, in order to do this, we have to know what the radius is. And radius is half the diameter. So half of 10 is 5. So that means I'm going to be multiplying pi times 5 squared. And I am out of room. I'm going to carry on over here with the blue. And get this erased so I have a little bit more room here. So I'm going to just continue right down here, okay? So I'm just going to start off where I left off. So pi times 5 squared. And 5 squared is equal to 25. So that means pi times 25. And of course, because pi is going to be left in my answer, I want to write the coefficient first. So just like that. And that's this lesson.